Hi, Lisa Cicchetti here with the Renaissance Network and Linda Chappett with Agile Mind. Linda, thank you for agreeing to chat with me today.
Oh, I look forward to it, Lisa.
So, Linda, the reason that we're chatting today is to talk a little bit about your experience that you had with the Renaissance Network. Can you tell us a little bit about what made you decide to work with us in the first place?
Yes, this is not a pretty story. In other settings, in my current setting at Agile Mind, in dealing with friends, I had found that the search process in areas that are critical to our success had been an exercise in lowering expectations. I'd been disappointed. Um, it's a big investment of money. It's a big investment of time. But it was clear to me that we were not effectively finding what we needed to grow the business vibrantly. And I heard from a trusted friend about you. I was skeptical, again, because of the disappointment I've experienced with a variety of and other friends who are quite jaundiced. I really liked the approach that you took. I liked the rigor of it. I liked the process of causing candidates to really invest in finding out whether we might be a fit. I thought it was set up to test something that is really important to us, which is productive persistence. Mm-hmm. What are you going to do once you're on board and things don't go well? Mm-hmm. Do you have the staying power to make it work?
Yeah.
And I really liked the way you introduced the process. I really liked your candor. I liked your determination to stick with it.
Excellent. What would you say the top benefits were? So one or two benefits to using the Renaissance Network versus trying to either use somebody else or find talent on your
own. There's a benefit I've been discussing with my colleagues. As you know, we're hoping to work with you on several searches that are upcoming. There's a benefit that I shared my perspective on with senior colleagues who've been successful in a variety of other settings. And I said, one of the most wonderful aspects of this compared to doing it ourselves is that it puts us at a distance from the process. This isn't a friend of a friend. This isn't someone you dug up where, you know, I think of a puppy I had when I was a child who came running up to the back door to my mom and dad and had in his mouth a baby diamondback rattler. He was so pleased. Well, he was so enchanted by the digging that he didn't notice that he had a poisonous snake. Yeah. And I compared this, which is a little pungent for me to use, Lisa, with my colleagues, that you can get attached because you went through all this work to find them and you lose perspective about things that will come to matter to you within 60 days. So that perspective gaining, both the hard and the soft factors that I find you bring, the process that you put people through enables us to compare them with others and to re-examine our expectations for the attributes that are going to be most important to us. And I find that that exercise, that faithfulness to the process has really served us well.
Excellent, good. Now, if you were to recommend us to somebody else or another company, what would you say?
If somebody called me to find out, you know, probably first I'd assess how formal they are as a human. If they were no nonsense, as I am, I would say there are very, very many organizations that can talk the talk. And if you're prepared to dig deeply, you can peel off most of them because as you continue, you see cracks in even their talking the talk. But there are very few organizations that walk the talk and that walk the talk when the process is vexing. Let's say a member of our team is trying to take too long or perseverate, which happens with humans. let's say a person is trying to cut corners out of desperation because we have numbers to meet. Your ability to walk the talk is, for me, singular, and I value it highly.
I appreciate that. That's good. That's great to hear. And as you know, we are assertive when we need to be. We do offer candor and are assertive when we need to be to push things along.
It's so valuable.
That's good. Good. So, Linda, thank you so much for taking the time to chat about your experience with us. Anything else that you want to add?
Well, one thing that I think people might find surprising if they get into the trenches with you, it's how fresh and alive you keep your team. Let's face it, being in the talent business is really hard. And there are ups and downs along the way. And it can be natural to cut corners and want to get it done. Your leadership in keeping your team alive to the purpose makes it a very positive process. And that's until you stop and think. I often, Lisa, I try to plug in something unpleasant into every interview process because I want to know, how are people going to act when the going gets tough. But I also try to stop myself and say, with this candidate, how pleasurable is it to talk, to interact, to problem solve? We don't stop and do that. And I would say it's been an utter pleasure to see the spirit that you've infused your team with.
Excellent. Oh, I love to hear that. I love to hear that.
My hat is off to you.
Yeah.
I know we have lots of work ahead. Probably some tough talk, but thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your words.
Take good care.